So look at this. Hey, dear class. First of all, the if you are quarantined, I'm sure we miss you here, and the come back as quick as you can. I figure since you can't see me every day, you can see 100 of me right now. Can you not sneeze during my teacher time? Right, so please, please. So here's the thing. The today we're talking about copyright issues, and we have ways of doing what we do to be completely ethical and legal and on the up and up. So okay, to own the copyright to something, first of all, you do not have to have this little letter C. That's a legal thing that helps you out if you have a business or a corporation or a new thought or idea. But this is not really necessary to own the copyright. It's a good idea if it's going to involve a lot of money, but it's not completely necessary. So first of all, when you do not own a copyright, is if you just think about something. If you think about a great idea, if you write a song in your head, you do not own the copyright to that song. If you draw a picture with your finger in the air, you do not own the copyright to that. That's not yours. But as soon as you sing an original song and put it in fixed form, one of my students in here just said, as soon as it's physical, if you can touch it, then you do own the copyright if you're the first one to do it. So if you draw a picture on a piece of toilet paper and you can hold it up and touch it with your hands, you own the copyright to that. It is yours. Whether or not you get the little symbol, you own the copyright. Having said that, the issue is, wait a minute, I drew it on this toilet paper, and then some other guy, probably named Jack. It just seems like someone named Jack would do this. Please do not interrupt me, Jack, right now when I'm speaking to my class virtually. So when Jack's like, I drew it first, and he holds up another one that he drew on his piece of toilet paper, was his word against mine. And even though I did draw it first, Jack has an equal legal claim kind of, because I didn't date it on the toilet paper. So can you just listen, Jack? So it's a good idea to get this official if you plan to make some money. But again, if it's an idea in your head, you do not own the copyright. But as soon as it's in fixed form, if you sing a song and put it on a cassette tape and you can touch it with your fingers, then that's your song and you own the copyright to it. If you draw something on a napkin or a piece of paper and you're the first to draw it, then you own the copyright. It's all yours. You own it. So unless, again, if someone else sang that song first, just because you put it on a cassette tape does not mean you own the copyright. Kanye sang that song first. You have to be the first one to have done it, right? Does this make sense? So if it's in fixed form, if it's physical, and you are the first one to do it, then you own the copyright. If it's been drawn by someone else before and then you draw it, you do not own the copyright. It's pretty simple. Copyright. Okay, so then here's the thing. Let's say you really want to use a picture of Mickey Mouse. Can I use a picture of Mickey Mouse? Well, yes and no. Okay, if you're just using it for the school. Oh boy, I accidentally muted myself. Am I unmuted? I think I'm unmuted. Okay. They'll rebuy the rights to Mickey Mouse, I'm sure. But here's the point. If you want to use a picture of Mickey Mouse to make money, can't do that. Disney is not okay with that. However, if you make a picture of Mickey Mouse for a school project, they're absolutely fine with that. It's called the fair use policy. It's fair to use any copyrighted image for the sake of education if you're not making money off of it, right? So I can get a picture of Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, and I can do anything in Photoshop I want legally and ethically because of the fair use policy. So if you want to make something like that for an educational project to turn in for a grade and to learn about the software, no problem at all. As soon as you make one red penny off of it, you've crossed the line into the illegal. You can't make any money off of it. One time, there's a guy, I'm not making this up, there's a guy, he was on the news because he sat outside of a basketball arena and he airbrushed Bart Simpson with the Portland Trailblazers logo. Can't do that. He made lots of money. You can't take two different established copyrighted brands and make money off of both of them. And there was another guy who took the North Face logo and he flipped it upside down. And instead of the North Face, he typed out the South Butt. They weren't okay with that. Don't do that. So if you draw it first, if you make it first, you own the copyright. If it's on something physical, but if you don't own the copyright, as long as you're doing it just for the sake of education, that's fine. As soon as you want to make one red penny, then you've crossed the line. You got to get their written consent. Having said that, the last thing, can you please, Jack? I can hear that you're saying words, but my brain cannot even process what you're saying right now. I am livid. So here's the good news. If you want to use a good photograph, high quality photograph that's copyright free, go to unsplash.com because the people have released rights to their copyright. It's called public domain. That means these copyrights belong to the public now. We all own them. You can use this picture of a tree just as though you took that picture of the tree yourself, right? If I look up a tiger, the people who owned the copyright in the past, they gave up rights, and now these belong to all of us. This picture of the lion, it's just as though I took it myself. Like I own the copyright, you own the copyright, we all own the copyright. That's called public domain. And there's some other copyright issues that we could talk about later if you have any questions, but that's probably enough for now. So okay, am I still, oh man, I meant to share my screen on that. I don't know. I don't think they saw it. Real quick, I apologize. I thought you were looking at the same thing I was looking at here. So here's unsplash.com, and then here's like the lion. It's just as though you took it, I took it, we all took it. What other copyright thing? We talked about public domain. We talked about, let's see, Creative Commons. That's another. Sometimes there's copyrights with stipulations like, hey, use this as long as you want until, except for politics. I don't want this font associated with politics. I've seen that kind of thing. Or, hey, use this font for personal use, but as soon as you start, let me know if you make any money, that kind of thing. Okay, that's probably enough. If y'all have any questions about copyrighted issues, just let me know, and I'll talk to y'all later. And I love y'all. Bet, no cap. Don't stop being bougie. Don't be bugging. Don't be tripping. And I think that's